Okay, so you've all seen the commercials for the crazy looking fish baits, whether it's saltwater fishing, freshwater fishing, trout fishing, crappie fishing, or Loch Ness monster fishing. If not, I'm going to show you a few. You've all seen the Facebook posts and you've all seen the crazy ads on the internet for these fishing lures that have sound effects, that have flashing lights that you can control from your phone. They have built-in motors, built-in speakers, built-in coolers, built-in drink holders. Anything you could ever imagine, they throw onto a fishing bait. It doesn't necessarily mean it can catch fish, but it does catch fishermen. Me and my wife were watching TV, a commercial for a fishing lure that it had a motor inside of it, so it twitched automatically. It had flashing lights inside of it, so it flashed lights. It also had another motor that vibrated. If you look at most of the state records for fish, at least in Michigan, if you look at most of the state records for largemouth, smallmouth, most of the bass species, they're all from like the 1920s to the 1950s. I would like to think that they knew what they were doing back then. I would like to think that there was some pretty talented fishermen, and they didn't have any baits that had flashing lights or motors or vibrations or that sang your favorite song underwater. None of these things existed back then, and everyone seemed to do pretty good at fishing. So I came to the conclusion that most baits today are designed to catch fishermen, not to catch fish. So I'm not saying that a lot of these baits are bad. There's some brands that make very realistic looking baits. There's some brands that make baits that have a little bit extra action to them. That by all means does help. It does help trigger bites more. Technology is definitely helping catch more fish. That is completely true. So another big problem that you see today is people will have 15 different shades of blue. For the same bait, they'll have a crankbait in 15 shades of blue. Why would you need 15 shades of blue? This is not how it's supposed to work. This is marketing to the fishermen instead of the fish. Find the bait that you need to throw for the depth that you are targeting. Throw a light colored version, a dark colored version, and a bright colored version. So you can have some really goofy looking baits like this one right here, or this one right here, or even that one right there. And they make no sense to me at all, but people will buy them because of the way they look, and to the fishermen it looks like it would catch fish. Other companies make baits that look like this that actually do catch fish and do have advantages. At the same time, it is a good marketing point. The problem is though, is back in the day, back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s, all the way up to the 80s, before technology took over fishing, they used baits that look like this. They used baits that look like this. And that caught plenty of fish. The state record largemouth bass in Michigan was caught over 50, 60 years ago, and it was probably caught on something that looks just like this bait right here. And it wasn't caught on something that looks like that right there. So I think today that the market is being shifted where brands are looking at marketing towards the anglers instead of effectiveness towards the fish. I feel like if I did a commercial right now that said, this fishing bait will catch fish, I think I could sell a lot of these. It's a piece of steel. That's all it is. More fish than you've ever caught in your entire life. But if this was marketed correctly and it was shown catching fish, that this catches the most fish you'll ever catch, it doesn't ever need to catch fish again because the point of it is to sell product. So if you want to throw this on a fishing line and try to catch a fish with it, be my guest. So you'll see all these as seen on TV baits, like this one right here. So this one has a USB cord, it has flashing lights, it twitches automatically, it does a bunch of stuff. If your lure comes with a USB cord or needs to be plugged in or charged, I don't understand the point of it. The problem is from what I've learned in fishing, and a lot of other guys have told me this too, they have the same belief. Fish see things completely different than we do. So why are we buying baits based off what we see instead of based off what fish see, since we are trying to catch fish after all. So my theory is this: fish can see three things. They can see light, they can see dark, and they can see bright. So in the light category, you have your clear, you have your white, you have your light browns, light blues, all your light shades. And the dark category, you have your blacks, your dark browns, your purples, your chrome that flashes black underwater. You have your dark patterns. Then your bright patterns, which is your neon, pinks, greens, chartreuse. If you're throwing a square bill crankbait and you're throwing a white square bill and it's not working, so you decide to throw an off-white square bill, and then that's not working, so you decide to throw a white square bill with an off-white line on it. I want you to understand you're throwing the same color. You are throwing a light colored bait. So your presentation, your retrieve, just the pure luck of you throwing it in front of a fish at the right moment is going to be way more effective than you trying to pick what shade of white is going to work better for you. I know I'm oversimplifying it, and I'm definitely being a little more general about it, but for the most part, if it's dark outside, it's dark baits. If it's dark water, it's dark baits. If it's light outside and light water, it's light baits. And that's it. You won't find 15 shades of white in my tackle box. You'll find one. You'll find white. So you guys have to beware. A lot of products, a lot of gear, a lot of fishing tackle especially, is designed for one reason and one reason only, and it's not to catch fish, it's to catch fishermen. So make sure you're smarter than the marketers, and when you go out looking for new baits, do a simple YouTube search. Look at some videos, look at some Kevin Van Dam videos, some Fluke Master, some kayak bass fishing, or even my channel right here, and look at baits that actually work, that aren't designed to catch the person, but to catch the fish. You'll do a lot better on the water and probably have a lot more success. So in the comments, if you know any other lures out there that are mainly made just for marketing purposes, post it in the comments below. I want to see other ones out there, and I'm kind of curious to see what else is out there that you guys have found. In the description for this video, if you click below, you will see links to a few products that I think are actually solid brands, solid companies that make baits that are made to catch fish. So click those links below and check out what they have. They're great brands, they're great companies. And make sure you subscribe too, and give this video a big thumbs up, and share this video with everybody that you know, and get this video out there, because if I see one more person throwing a lure that they have to control from their phone,